The Knicks have the 8th pick this year in the NBA draft. Obviously, there's a lot of help that needs to be attended to. But in your opinion, who do you think is the perfect fit with the New York Knicks this year?
Yeah, you know what? The Knicks is a team right now that you can go after possibly the best player they think is available at the time. And I think there's a lot of hype around a guy who's right in that range of draft pick right now, Obi Toppin out of Dayton. He is a long, athletic guy who can really score the ball. Really, I think, excites people when he's on the court. He makes big-time defensive plays. And to be honest, he can fit right in the offense. The Knicks do need a small forward, power forward. They can fill a spot in that role. They could also go with the shooting guard. And if they did that, there's a kid, Killian Hayes, out of Germany, who's a big-time player. Obi Toppin, though, watching some of these highlights, you see why around that 8th pick. This could absolutely be a kid who can help the New York Knicks and be an impact player, I think, right away as soon as he gets to the NBA.
I'm glad you said Killian Hayes. He's a guy that I suggested way back when we did like a pre-draft show. I'm watching Killian Hayes as well. All right, so that is the future of the league, Steve. But while we got you, we have to get into the currents of the league, and that includes noon yesterday. It got popping, including your organization, the Milwaukee Bucks. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Drew Holiday, some changes obviously with current players on that roster. What are you thinking already, having followed this team all season?
You know, what I'm thinking is there is no doubt the priority is keeping, as we talked about last week, Monica and Kaz, President Antetokounmpo. He is the guy. He needs to stay in Milwaukee. The Bucks will do anything to keep him, and they should. That should be the priority. And so if you think for 1 second that any of these moves are being done without keeping Giannis in Milwaukee in mind, you are crazy. Getting Drew Holiday, an elite defender, an unselfish player, a guy who has proven a veteran and can win now, it makes sense. This is a guy who has been underrated his entire career. If you look at the defensive stats that he has when he guards Kevin Durant, when he guards LeBron, when he guards all the elite players, nobody holds all those guys to lower scoring nights than this guy. So is he a point guard? Can he distribute? Can he knock down the three, which is so important right now in the league? Yes. But defensively, when you pair him with Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm telling you right now, Chris Middleton is underrated as a defender. The Bucks could be the absolute best defensive team in the league next year, and Drew Holiday will be a huge, huge part of that.
It's good talk. And now Drew Holiday, obviously, huge trade, but he wasn't the only point guard on the move yesterday. Chris Paul of the Oklahoma City Thunder, now a member of the Phoenix Suns. A very interesting lineup. The Thunder got a treasure trove of draft picks. Who do you think won that trade, Steve?
You know, to me, it feels like a win-win because, like you said, when the Oklahoma City Thunder are getting more draft picks, you're just waiting to see what they are going to do with those. They certainly want those, and they're stockpiling them. If you go and look at the picks the Oklahoma City Thunder has from now over the next 5 years, it's astonishing. They are going to be doing big things. Sam Presti won because that's exactly what he wants. And I think Chris Paul is going to go play for Monty Williams. He's going to pair up with Devin Booker. He is going to be able to have the ball in his hands and try to make the Phoenix Suns a contender. The way that Chris Paul finished the season last year, didn't make it all the way to the end, but put up one of the best fights I think that we have seen in a long time from a veteran player like this, besides maybe LeBron James. He showed he's still got it. He can score late in the game. He wants the ball in his hands. And he's still doing it. He's fought through a few injuries over the last few years, but this guy's exciting. I mean, he's making unselfish plays. He's a winner. He's competitive. He's going to bring that edge that I think, as we've watched Devin Booker emerge over the last few years with the Phoenix Suns, we thought, wow, this kid is amazing. He's scoring 50 points in some of these games. But now, with a running mate like Chris Paul, I think they can really win some games and make some noise.
Ooh, man, it's going to be so exciting to see. It's almost the perfect combination of a veteran surrounded by a bunch of youth. All right, Steve, it's time for our favorite game, though, that we play with you. No fact or fiction. All right, so first one today, we've got Novi played for all three Texas teams, the Rockets, the Mavs, and the Spurs.
I am going to guess, is this...
I blew it. I jumped the gun.
Steve told us before we could answer.
My bad. I think this is fiction. Is this fiction? I
no,
think it is.
listen, Cassie just said it's a no fact. Ugh.
Sticking it up today,
Okay.
man. Sticking it up, Steve.
Better. Even better. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. It is a no fact. I'm one of two players, and I cannot remember the name of the other guy, but Manu Ginobili actually came up to me when we were teammates with the San Antonio Spurs. He read the game notes before every game, which is this packet of papers that has stats and little weird connections between the two teams. He read them. He came to me. He said, "Hey, Steve, you know that you're one of only two players to play for all three Texas teams?" And I looked at him like, "No, Manu, I didn't know that." And he walked away like, "You are." So that's how I found out.
Gotta love
I love
Batman. Gotta love Batman. All right, Steve, no fact or fiction. You are friends with the Cash Money Millionaires, Birdman, and Lil Wayne.
I'm making this a no fact because it's too wild to even be in here for it not to be like a thing.
Right? It's a little random. A little random.
Come on, you guys. If Monica and Kaz don't recognize my street cred at this point, I'm not sure anybody's going to. Are you guys kidding me? This is, of course, a no fact. How did this even get on the show? This is the real thing. I was in Miami after a game, or at the club. Yes, Novak went to the club. J.R. Smith meets me at the door, and he says, "Obi, come with me. I got to introduce you to a couple of my friends." And without going into too many details, because there could be children watching, and it's early in the morning, Novak, J.R. Smith, Carmelo Amar'e,
smart.
and Birdman and Lil Wayne. We hung out in the VIP section, and so yes, I consider them my very good friends.
I'm gonna
Look
throw a
at that,
Birdman
Cass.
hand rub for that. I'm gonna throw a Birdman hand rub for that, baby.
Look
That's
at-
where it is.
Look at that. We got to get our weight up, Kaz. We ain't
Yes,
kicking
sir.
it with Birdman and Lil Wayne. Okay, last one. Steve is referenced lyrically in a country music classic. No fact or fiction, Kaz. I'm going to say fiction just because. Everything can't be a no fact today. What you got, Kaz?
I'm gonna go. Gosh, I feel terrible because I feel like I don't believe Steve or anything he says. So just for the hell of it, I'm going no fact on this one. All right, I think we're gonna go no fact.
Well, it's actually fiction. I don't think it's a country classic. A bit of a trick question. But I have been featured in the G-Eazy Lady Killers. So until G-Eazy is considered a country classic guy, I guess I'm more still in the, like I was telling you guys, I'm still trying to get my street cred up. That's why I'm on the show. You guys got to help me. You keep saying fiction, making people think that you not believe it. Come on now, yes, G-Eazy Lady Killers featuring Steve Novak. Come on.
Wow. See, I think you're doing okay, Novi. Honestly, I think you're doing okay. I really think you're doing okay. Steve, thank
Shout
you
out
for
to your
being
hood
with
pass,
us.
Steve. Shout out to your hood pass. I see it.